The antiheroes we've come to know them today has dominated the world of popular media, mainly pop culture, movies, TV, books, etc. And a lot of this comes down to the realism that comes with being an anti-hero. They feel realistic, and even the most outlandish characters can make us feel similar to them. And a lot of this comes down to their flaws, the fact that they really walk the line of good and evil, and mainly the fact that they're doing what it is that they want to achieve a certain goal that they have set in mind. And a lot of these characters, as I said, make us connect to them in a lot better of a way than the original Golden Hero could, the definition of selfless. And I think no better example in today's popular media is the character Lucifer Morningstar from the original television show Lucifer. Now, this character is, in fact, the devil. He's the same one from the biblical stories, for the most part. A little history on the character is that he has left the comforts of hell and has become a nightclub owner in Los Angeles, along with his demon friend Maze, and he has joined the LAPD with his partner Chloe Decker. And there's plenty of sub-dramas. They catch murderers, they're fighting celestial beings, angels, demons, etc. And plenty happens that's not really necessary to discuss in this, but what is necessary to discuss is Lucifer's personality. Lucifer, as I've said, is kind of doing what he wants. He's left hell despite God's direct order saying you're not to leave hell, you need to stay on earth. He does what he wants even on earth with the LAPD, many of them telling him he's not supposed to do something, him saying okay, and then the next shot being him doing exactly whatever it is he wants. He's doing what he wants because he knows it's going to justify his end goal. Namely, his end goal of doing what he wants is because the end goal is it's going to make God angry. He lives to defy his father, and he knows that deep down, if he does what he wants, it's not going to be what God wants. And his end goal at the end of the day is to defy him as best as he can until it starts to put other people at risk, but that doesn't change the fact that he starts to do more of what he wants with his own goals in mind. Another interesting thing about this character is that he's walking the line between good and evil, which makes it especially interesting that it's Lucifer, the devil, who's doing this. We see him as a more evil, prominent figure, especially if you've read the Bible or been to a church. But this time around, he's walking the line. He's doing what he considers good by punishing the evil, but what he's doing to punish them by working with the LAPD and sometimes even going as far as to hospitalize a few of them could really be considered evil by some. He's really walking and toeing the line, especially with his activities outside of punishing people. He has been seen snorting cocaine, and he tricks people and makes the deals with the devil, thing like that. So it's very easy to say that he's also evil. He toes the line of good and evil. But what I think is the most important feature of him is that he is flawed. Despite being a former angel, he is full of flaws. He's afraid to show people his true self, and he feels a deep sense of self-hatred because of the way that he's depicted in other media. The world sees him as a monster, and that's how he starts to see himself. And he slowly learns to hate himself, and it makes him afraid of who he truly is. And I think this flaw in particular is what really defines him as the anti-hero. And it's what drives his other two factors, doing what he wants, because deep down he's hoping that it won't end well for him, and toeing the line between good and evil because he doesn't want the world to see him as a monster. But what he's doing, he still considers himself a monster. I think that it's interesting, though, that Lucifer, of all characters, would be depicted as an anti-hero instead of the average villain. But I believe with all his flaws, him doing what he wants, and him really toeing that line of good and evil, he's truly one of the best definitions in modern media of an anti-hero.